It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
Do you know what the buttons do? Do you know what...
Nice work.
I guess you do know what the buttons do. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Me amo McGee es pollo.
Pollo.
It was haunted.
Chicken.
Pollo. Don't I say McGee first? Isn't everything backwards in Spanish? McGee pollo? Or is it pollo
That's,
McGee?
isn't that Hebrew where everything goes the wrong way?
Could be.
Or Chinese. Do they start at the bottom? I don't care.
Chinese do that.
Okay.
Right to left?
No sense.
Aren't they a whole day ahead of it? Hi, it's October 21st, 2020. It's the
In the USA.
It's the Bob and Tom
Let's be
Show.
clear on that.
In America, Eastern Daylight Time, and all the other ones.
You got your Central Daylight. You got your Mountain Daylight.
There's Christy.
Pacific Daylight.
Christy's
Hi.
putting on some lip gloss or something.
Some lip balm.
Hello, Josh.
Hi, Chicky.
Hello, Ace. Jerk. Willie.
Hey,
I thought he was your dirty. What happened?
Pat got. He turned my mind. He cut off my fabulous performance in that bit.
I bet it was getting a little lengthy.
live then. Come on.
Long in the tooth.
Sure, it's tired. I know that.
We have a good letter we got to get to here.
I got a good letter.
Did you say hello to Mr. Godwin?
Oh, I didn't. Hi, Pat.
Pat, you're going to need your instruments coming up.
They're both here.
Okay, good. But first,
They call him the doctor. He's got the instrument.
I know we have a lot of stuff to get to here, but I want to get to our letters first because
Your chick.
this one really it gets to me. We had a lovely story yesterday about a great American, a woman who was a World War II veteran, 102 years of age. Christy, I'm sure you remember the story.
I've got it right here.
She for her so-called bucket list at the age of 102.
She went on a skydive.
Skydive, and she got
tandem.
inspired by George H.W. Bush, who famously
Who
was
she thinks is the president?
pilot. Well,
Yep.
I hope not. But the point is,
He's friends with Ronald Reagan.
she's a great American.
Jumped
Shut
in
up.
tandem in Baltimore with an instructor by the name of Skydive.
That may be a typo.
No, it's Sky Dave.
Got to be a typo, right?
Is it Sky Dave?
I don't know.
The point
You wrote
is,
it.
I'm Sky Dave, Willie. Oh, you're gonna jump.
Sky Dave, I'm actually pretty nervous about this.
Get out of the plane.
Oh, no, Sky
Jump, Willie.
I want to preface this by saying I would never be able to do this.
Of course
I would be
not.
terrified. And I have many friends who have done lots of skydiving, and it's, in fact, Willie and I have a buddy that works at one of those skydiving places where you get into the...
Don't bring me into this. I don't know about that. Oh, yeah, no, we do. We do have a buddy. I was just joking.
Tired? Yeah, it's one of those silos where you
Chick, have
jump
you seen
in and
these
it's got the big
things?
fan
Oh,
at the
yeah,
bottom.
yeah.
It's like a big hair
Yes.
dryer, basically.
It's
and
great.
It's incredible.
See, I would do that.
I would
I'd
do
love to
that.
But skydiving, I don't think I could do it. And in any event, this woman did it. I think it's great.
Sure.
But they do this so-called tandem jump where you hook yourself to a professional jumper.
Right.
Which, great. So that's why I want to set up the context for this letter that comes to us. Let's see. This is from Carl. He writes, I jumped with a guy just like Sky Dave. His name was Todd. We jumped in the morning. In fact, after our 9:30 a.m. jump, he informed me he was still pretty messed up when he'd gotten up that morning.
God.
He said, I took some mushrooms.
Oh, my God.
And he
You
still
don't know
went.
anything until you jumped on mushrooms.
We're doing a shroom leap.
A shroom leap.
That's crazy.
Get out of the plane.
Thank you, Carl. I'm sure most skydiving instructors are total professionals. This particular guy, and this was not Sky Dave, this particular fellow, yikes. Wow.
I never felt more alive when they tossed him out of the plane.
It's very scary. Coming up, we're going to be featuring the song Pumpkinhead from Heywood, and I want to let you know the animation is out. The new animation of Pumpkinhead.
Seen it? Adorable.
Isn't that creepy?
It's wonderful.
Yeah, well, I think we've already...
It's up on social media, and I saw it yesterday.
Oh, that's the language up on social media?
Yeah.
The new language is always good, but I can't understand anything. It's up on social media.
What do you think?
There you go.
You don't drop it on social media?
I guess you could.
It's really exciting to get up every morning and find out what you're not going to understand. Dear Chick, thank you for that rousing and heartfelt, how about you, for me yesterday. Now, since Josh asked, it was my left knee that was replaced.
Oh, okay.
Not my right knee or my wee knee. My right knee was replaced 4 years ago, and the correct nickname for my male member is not Weenie. I call it Tiny. That's what Jerome says.
He's a smart guy.
And he adds, my wife refers to it as somewhat adequate.
We have something new out there. I'd like you to check it out. It's a wonderful song from Heywood Banks, and it's even a cartoon. That's right. The new cartoon is out there with Heywood Banks. It's called Pumpkinhead.
Cut that pumpkin face. The family fun activity we all embrace. When the leaves are leaving and the moon's blood red, I got to stab me some Pumpkinhead. The blade's as sharp as it can be to perform a Pumpkinheadectomy. Pull the lid and the seeds they cake it. I don't think the patient's gonna make it. Cut that pumpkin face. The family fun activity we all embrace. When the leaves are leaving and the moon's blood red, got to stab me some Pumpkinhead. Cleaning a pumpkin ain't no fun. It's one of those things that must be done. Like checking a bull for prostate knots. You just roll up your sleeve and take off your watch. You got to cut that pumpkin face. The family fun activity we all embrace. When the leaves are leaving and the moon's blood red, I got to stab me some Pumpkinhead. Ooh, puncture you a nostril. Ooh, pierce me an eyeball. Ooh, slash you an ear hole. Stab me a pie hole. Well, cut that smile any way you want to. The teeth are a plea for orthodonture. The mouth cut last after the pumpkin's clean. That way you don't hear the pumpkin scream. Oh, cut that pumpkin face. The family fun activity we all embrace. When the leaves are leaving and the moon's blood red, I got to stab me some Pumpkinhead. Got to stab me some Pumpkinhead.
The pumpkin face and the pumpkin dead.
Pumpkin dead?
That's how it goes.
The genius of Heywood Banks and Pumpkinhead. Now a beautiful animated movie by David Adams. We'll throw that on all of our social media platforms.
What's up? Check it out.
Okay, and you can also check it out on the Bob and Tom YouTube channel and lots of other spots. Also, I want to remind you that we have, as I mentioned, Allie Breen. She's not really a sexpert. I don't really like that word.
No. She's a curator of.
I think she's an argument starter, is what she is.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there you go.
But right now, speaking of arguments, we have a new member of the Junior Windbag Society, possibly the president.
Oh boy.
This is directed to Josh.
Yes. What did I get wrong?
It says, "Dear dumbass."
Of course.
Holy heck.
Wow.
It's harsh. Stop the nonsense. I'm not going to sit here and listen to you disparage a true world record in engineering feat. We're discussing the incredibly cool car. What is it? The Tuatara automobile. Broke the speed record for a stock available
Production vehicle.
300 some miles an hour.
Yes.
On a regular road with regular tires and gasoline that you can purchase at a regular store. So
Neat.
And you disparage that. And then we talked about how cool it is with NASA and these great. You guys don't appreciate great engineering. I don't know how.
No, I don't. I'm not a car guy. But you
Same
guys
here.
are. You guys are car people.
You love great engineering. The phone in your hand was designed by brilliant engineers. The men and women behind these.
What did that have to do?
They
with
don't get the
car?
accolades they deserve, and it bothers me. I love stuff like
Yes,
this.
they're making plenty of money.
Then it says, "But Josh, you idiot, you praised an 11-year-old juvenile delinquent who stole a school bus and drove around for 45 minutes, giving the finger to the police, putting everyone's lives in danger."
That kid rocks.
Then he writes, "Hop back in your Encore and go back from whence you came."
Ooh, boy.
It's very hostile.
I'm concerned the guy knows what Josh drives.
That's a little odd.
That makes me a little scared.
We've been trying to get Josh to get the Jeep. I don't know what's wrong with him. It's only being paid enough. God
America is made up of people who have car payments, pal.
Is that your idea of supporting the economy? Owning my car. Oh, thanks. Thanks.
I
support cars from your husband can't afford cigarettes because you won't cough up enough to go get a new Jeep. I'm having a great day.
You are having a great day.
Mr. McGee across the way at the sports desk.
How about you?
He's talking about the world's fastest car you can buy.
Man,
It was made to. I think it's foolish.
it is.
Off
Give
the
me
floor.
something that can carry a lot of groceries. That's
Thank you,
all I
Chick.
need.
Thank you, Christy. Thank you, John. This is Tom speaking. That's Willie over there and Patty G. And Ace, of course, is our engineer. I'm looking at this car.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it looks sort of like a kind of a Vet or a Ferrari. It looks like a real car. It doesn't look like a
What's the
spaceship or a
we don't have
rocket ship.
we don't have a price point, do we, on that?
I'm trying to find a price point, but it once again it clocked 316 miles an hour. Pretty cool. That can you imagine? And it's got to have street tires. It's got to run on gas. You can get it at a regular gas station. It's called the what is it? The Tuatara. Tuatara. Wow. Well, we'll put some photographs of this baby up on various social media.
Tuatara, I believe, is Spanish for midlife crisis.
Or tiny penis.
Can you imagine how fast
here it
this
is.
would go if they put flames on the side
What
of it?
would you pay? What would you pay for a Tuatara?
I assume it's more than $1 million.
Anybody else?
800,000.
I'd say a quarter, $250.
What do you got? What do you got?
$1.6 million.
Okay, there we go. We don't have all day for these, Josh. I'm going to go get lunch.
Do you
Someone
want to
come back
have a conversation?
No, I don't. I want to move forward.
Oh, it's a Goldwing, too. It looks like a Batmobile. It's awesome.
$1.6 million. That's a really expensive speeding ticket.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, a series of them, I think.
State Road 160 in Nevada.
316 miles. That's how fast my dad used to drive past hotels with pools. Honey, I think we missed our exit. Maybe we should go back down to 290.
Man, they really slaughtered. The old record was 304.7 by a Bugatti.
Can't wait to read the obits.
Wow. Well,
Any A that buys these is...
well, I think it's a. I
Saudi
don't think you're going to
prince
see
will
one
buy
driving.
this.
You might see one driving around L.A.
Nah, I think a Saudi prince will buy it or something.
Right. I hate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This article is written by Kristen Lee.
And I hate
Spelled almost
Kristen
the
Lee
same
for
way.
writing the article.
She did us. Could we? Oh, well, thank God. Could you answer the phone, please?
I guess. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom Show, hello. It's your old pal Larry King here.
How are you, Larry?
Well, I'm doing good. Hey, I know Halloween isn't going to be the same this year. is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Trick or treat's been canceled in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Still feels risky where it's allowed. I've got a solution.
What's that?
On Halloween night, I'll hold a Zoom trick or treat event.
How does that work?
That's right. You can join my big virtual Halloween party. It'll be fun and easy. Just make sure the kids are dressed in their costumes so I can see them.
That sounds
Then
fun.
I'll show them what kind of candy I would have given.
So wait a minute. That you're just going to see pictures of the candy?
They're just going to see me on screen, yeah. Snickers bar, maybe. Reese's Cup, Almond Joy, or a Twix with all that gooey, creamy caramel.
We
To
know
top
what
it
the
off,
candy bar-
I'll eat. To top it off, I'll eat the candy right in front of the kids.
Nice.
And describe it so they won't feel like they're missing out on anything.
It's just mean.
My God, it'll be great. Just a heads up, I'm going to be shirtless for the Zoom.
Well,
Boo.
Ooh. Yeah, that's scary, all right.
Yeah, man, it's not part of a costume, and it's not anything weird. It's just I've already got a dozen fat guys who pay me every week just so they can watch me slowly eat candy bars.
Nice.
They just happen to prefer I don't wear a shirt. You know, everybody's got their thing, man.
You're very
If I
slender.
drip any chocolate on my sunken chest, I wipe it with my finger, then lick it off.
Oh, yeah.
that's not
Very sexily, very slowly. So since I'm doing it anyway, I might as well make a few bucks from the kids, right? While giving them a Halloween they'll never forget.
How do you make money?
So, you got to register. Register today. It's only $19.95.
Wow.
And if you'd like to request I eat a particular kind of candy bar, that's an extra $10. Oh, by the by, I don't do taffy because they gunk up my dentures. Something awful.
Yeah,
Good to know, Larry. Thank you.
I got to run. It's time for my insulin shot.
Okay. Good to know.
Juan, get it ready.
Okay. Thank you, Larry.
Take her easy.
I haven't figured out Halloween yet, but I'm working on it.
Speaking of cars, General Motors has introduced an electric Hummer pickup truck. The high-end version of the new electric Hummer is expected to be released next fall.
First of all, the electric Hummer sounds like
I knew what I was doing.
a
Pat.
fleshlight, a big one.
All right.
Prices for the Edition 1 will start at over $112,000, while less expensive versions will be rolled out around 2024.
If your handyman pulls up in a $112,000
Hummer pickup.
electric Hummer.
Yeah.
That's going to be a pretty costly new gutter that he's putting up for you.
Yeah. The less expensive version, which rolls out around 2024, called the EV2, will cost under $80,000. The new Hummer joins several other battery-powered pickups.
Conversely, I don't know if you saw this yesterday, Tesla's coming out with a diesel.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, kind of like the vinyl thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Elon's going, you know something? There's something about that diesel.
There's a warmth to it.
An inebriated Florida man was arrested after he allegedly crashed a yacht into a dock in Sarasota Saturday.
Oh, man.
Onlookers at the marina
What a day I'm
watched
having.
as the guy attempted to dock the 40-foot Carver yacht for about 6 minutes before he ended up ramming into 3 boats. According to an arrest report, the yacht's pilot was identified as Mr. Brendan Corey Sheridan.
I tried.
The 32-year-old refused a field sobriety test.
I'm your captain. I'm your captain. Secret.
2 breathalyzer tests were measured at 0.185 and 0.180.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Sheridan
Isn't that
was
always
charged.
the problem with the boat, though? People forget they don't have brakes that stop instantly.
Yeah.
Right?
That's very tricky.
Yeah, you
Doc.
cut the engine
Very tricky.
Very
before
tricky.
Really hard to do well. You have to have a, I'm sure for, how big is this boat?
40 feet.
Yeah, you got
It was not small.
You have to have a license.
Once again, my favorite Tom Griswold story, he would sit up at a harbor. Where was it?
Harbor Springs.
Harbor Springs. He would sit on a park bench, and as people would drop their boats into the water, he would heckle them.
Well, there was a very slippery ramp.
Here we go.
And if you backed your truck in too far, it was going to go in with the boat.
He would sit on the bench and go, "You're going to go in. You're going to go in.
Yeah, be careful. There's a lot of
gonna go
moss on those boards.
And
oh,
then-
there you go.
Told you. That's your father."
I can't. I'm kind of getting like PTSD thinking about my dad and his brother yelling at each other while trying to park his boat.
I can only imagine.
I'm holding the line. I'm holding the damn line.
But this thing sounds like Ted Knight and Rodney Dangerfield as the guy drives into 3 other boats. The thing about, no one has sympathy for a guy that wrecks a yacht.
What's the poem?
You know
that
what I'm
he
saying?
said?
Yeah.
It's easy to grin.
when your ship comes in and you've got the stock market beat. But the man worthwhile is the man who can smile when his shorts are too tight in the seat. Okay.
Very good. There you go, Josh.
Do the honors.
Do the honors.
You want to do this challenge right now, Willie?
A challenge.
What challenge?
This is called the, what is it, the cold read
Let's
karaoke?
Willie's bit. Let him.
Okay, go ahead, Willie.
So your thing is the Pat Godwin Song Challenge. My thing, we've been doing cold read karaoke. It's where I write a song, we show it to Pat. He has never seen the song. He reads it. He plays it for the first time on air.
Gotcha.
No, we got it. By way of background, we've been talking about this guy, Jeffrey Toobin, this legal analyst for CNN and the New Yorker magazine.
Yeah.
Willie's getting up. All I know about this, Pat, it's to
What's the song?
great Grateful Dead song, Truckin'.
Okay, it's a 3/4. I got that.
It's kind of tricky, though, because it kind of starts out, it's a tricky song. I hope you can figure out.
Oh, does it get into the fast talking part?
It's a Grateful Dead song. It's not that difficult.
Oh, no, it's a great
You got this, Godwin.
You
It's a
got
great
it.
song. Just
Blah, blah.
But he's never seen
Blah,
it.
blah, blah,
That's
blah,
pretty much
blah.
it, Jake.
But that's the chorus, you see.
Blah,
It doesn't. Do you, Pat, now he's looking at the lyrics for the first time.
Right.
All right, well, yeah, the rules are he's got to just do it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Wait a minute, Willie's not even here back to his seat. He's got to hear it. It's his work.
Don't give him any extra time.
It's
Run,
already
he's
time
got
to
to
read.
run.
Study.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Tubin said he's zooming in to Tubin. That's not the mute button. Tubin, what's that in your hand? Crank it in on the screen. Got a Zoom meeting with some cable news chicks. These talking heads, I'm checking out a few chicks. I usually report the news with a stroke of genius. But now the lead story is my weenus. Tubin said he's zooming in. Yes, Tubin. That's not the mute button. Tubin, what's that in your hand? Crank it in on the screen.
That was nice.
Great.
What a long, strange call it's been.
Yes.
That's kind of a
Nice.
kind of a countrified Jerry Garcia voice there, but thank you very much. And we will now move on to other things in the news. What have you got, Christy?
Well, a Royal Naval officer was caught. He was sent back to the UK after allegedly arriving drunk for duty on a nuclear submarine. Yeah.
Reporting for duty, Your Highness.
Your Majesty.
Lieutenant Commander Lynn, how do you pronounce this?
Manuel Miranda.
L-O-U-W.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Wow. Len, L-O-U-W. Lau?
Probably Lau.
Lau?
I believe it's Kvetchin. Oh, no.
He arrived for work on the HMS
Silent.
Vigilant and was allegedly staggering drunk last month.
Vigilant, I'm hoping.
I said vigilant.
No, you said
Vigilant.
Vigilant.
Oh, vigilant, sorry.
Vigilant sounds like it.
A lot of villagers.
An inhabitant of
Village
the
idiot.
Vigilant. He was also reportedly carrying a bag of leftover chicken from a barbecue for his lunch. Well, what's wrong with that?
I brought my own.
Did you say he was
Bring your lunch.
visibly drunk?
Well,
No,
staggeringly drunk.
Food?
It's a nuclear submarine.
I bring my own.
So he could bring his chicken. The Vanguard-class submarine, which can carry up to 8 Trident missiles armed with nuclear warheads, was docked at the Kings Bay facility in Camden County, Georgia, for maintenance at the time of the incident.
Too good to go to war with me?
Hey,
All the chicken on this sub is
you
radiating.
think Enrico Fermi worked on these bombs just so we wouldn't shoot them?
Hey.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com or listen live with the Bob and Tom app. And be sure to tune in next time for more Bob and Tom Tonight.